Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. All right, so some news on the Dallas Cowboys. They get back on the practice field today. The NFL actually had all teams closed down in person training facility meetings until today for 2 days. They did this Sunday night because they're worried about players that had done Thanksgiving, maybe had out of town visitors and things like that. They just want to put enough time in there so that way, um, if somebody were to test positive, they will not test positive and carry it to everybody else. So the team is now back on the practice facilities. Some notes. um, Alden Smith wasn't there at practice today. We don't have a reason why he wasn't there, but it could be that he showed up late, at least to the portion that was open to the the media. Zeke Elliott and Demarcus Lawrence both worked out on the sidelines with trainers and things, but they were there in practice. And this is the first practice they've had actually getting ready for the Steelers Ravens game, which kicks off in about an hour and 20 minutes. Are you going to be watching that game? Well, it turns out the Dallas Cowboys will be watching that at the Star at the training facility getting ready for the game. This is kind of unusual. They usually watch, of course, Monday night games or watch games of their opponents if they're not playing at the same time, but usually don't have the opportunity to do it as part of their regular workday. Now, I may say that maybe this extended rest is definitely going to help. Cam Irving, there's a possibility with the extra rest that he may actually be back for this game. Zach Martin, it's still multiple games if he doesn't get shut down for the season. Now, do the Cowboys have a chance? Do they have a chance against Baltimore? Now, Baltimore has been discombobulated because they haven't been able to practice because of the whole COVID-19, where they've had 19 or 18 or 19 players that have tested positive, haven't been able to practice, haven't been working at the center. Now they got this game on a Wednesday afternoon, which could break up your whole kind of workout schedule and things. And maybe that gives the Cowboys a little bit of an advantage. Another thing you have to look at, Lamar Jackson, who was on a tear, MVP last year, had a great season last year. Baltimore isn't as quite as invincible as they were, and they've kind of come back down to earth. Now, do I think the Cowboys have a chance? Everybody has a chance. Anybody can beat you on any given Sunday. More than likely, the Cowboys really don't have an opportunity, but it's the NFL and anything can happen. Um, who knows who might end up having COVID and not showing up? For the Steelers, Mike Pouncey is not playing today. That's going to hurt them. And you have to also think that this is that grudge match today that's been put off 3 times between the Steelers and the Ravens. This usually is a very hard fought game, and this is a brutal game. So it could be that these guys get kind of banged up a bit and, have the letdown. Of course, oh man, we just beat the Steelers. And then you play the Cowboys and it's a trap game. We'll have to wait and see. One other note, too. Um, 2020 has been a hellacious year. Hellacious. Um, we've lost way too many people this year. And Marcus Paul for the Cowboys, uh, dying last week. His memorial service is scheduled for tomorrow. And because of COVID, and we learned this ourselves, um, having my brother's funeral, that we basically had my brothers and sister and my mother and father, and that's about it. Because of COVID, you couldn't have a full regular funeral. So what the Cowboys will be doing is, of course, the immediate family will be, at the service, and the players will be watching virtual reality for the memorial service that's scheduled for tomorrow. And I'm sure that's going to be very emotional because you're talking about somebody that you worked with, on a daily basis to get you back in shape and to keep you on the field and things. And to see, this is where it hit home for me. a guy that's only 54 years old. He's a year younger than me. And, I look at the shape that he looks like he's in, and then I look at this, and it puts things in perspective. You know, my man Jet said something that he kind of spit back at me, something I say all the time. Sometimes, some days you have bad days. Some days you have bad days, but you still need to appreciate the fact that you had a day. And you go through and you try and do the best you can each of those days and live that day as well as you can. And God willing, if you wake up the next day, you do the same thing because you only have so many days. So that's where we are with all of this stuff. So I've got nothing else for you right now. But if there's any other news on the Cowboys, I'll be sure to let you know. We might be doing a little bit of live stream during that game this afternoon. We'll see. I've got some things I got to take care of. I know I got to head down the country tomorrow, put in some windows and stuff. So I'll see if I got time. And hopefully, I'll see you. See you soon.